What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 8 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. Naggarond Inc. is excited to unveil our new Misery Select line. With affordable monthly subscription rates and annual financing options, Misery for All is no longer just a slogan. Naggarond Inc. Your misery, your way. Alrighty, so Ah, damn it. I almost made it through without laughing. As we saw last time, we have managed to confederate the Naggarond Car faction, which is well, as we are now at 5 out of 6 of the cities of Naggarond. Fun fact, Karhaldra, or Harkaldra every time. Harkaldra also used to be one of the cities of Naggarond. There used to be actually 7, but, well, let's just say Malekith had a little bit of a hissy fit about a rebellion and destroyed it, and now it's basically just a ruin and part of the Naggarond province. But anyway, 6 cities, we just are missing Naggarond. In addition to that, Malekith was able to acquire his Circlet of Iron last time in a fun little quest battle. The actual Circlet, in terms of what it gives us, isn't anything crazy, but the ability to repeatedly use the Power of Darkness should be fairly swell for us, and I'm excited about seeing how much benefit we can get out of it. Before we continue, I just wanted to double check something. Do we have an ancillary that increases our sacking capabilities? I'm not sure that we do, but I want to double check in case we do, because it feels like that would be pretty great for Malekith in particular. No, like a billion evil choir masters, because, you know, Malekith needs to have... Too bad he can't have more than one. He needs to have them in tow, but that's it. Alright, fine. No additional sacking. Also, once again, we've reached the requisite 300 likes and 30 comments threshold, so the accelerated updates do continue, and will continue as long as the threshold continues to be reached, so drop those likes and comments if you're interested. We're going to auto-resolve this and sack the place, like so. And get ourselves a decent... we can't get an ancillary, but at least we can get the additional trait income. Anyway, we're going to occupy right after. We don't actually care about any of these places at the current time, and there's a decent likelihood that they will be reclaimed by the Dran, because what we're going to do is send Malekith north towards the Monoliths and to reclaim the Slaver's Point, and then loop back around to down there, rather than going for their capital immediately. And we just need to get rid of Maddie Sharp so that she can't pick up any of these relatively sparsely defended locations. Then what we're going to want to do is, first of all, you should have a Black Arc Reaver, yes? Sons of Murder, Black Arc Reaver, yes. Spiteful, always spiteful. I like the army buffs, if nothing else. We'll get you... Ooh, you're expensive, Korenbachnier. But we'll get... What? Recruit the following. Hero, Sons of Murder. Deadly Arcanite Assassins. Well, we're not going to take any action costs, but I guess, swell, quest completed. Now, do you reduce upkeep? Yes, you do reduce upkeep for Black Arc Corsairs. So basically, we'll need a couple of these at least in every one of our Black Arc armies to further reduce the upkeep, as we want those Black Arc Corsairs in there to eventually get to a point where they're essentially free. Then what we'll want to do is recruit 2 more artillery pieces, 2 for Malekith and then 2 for Admiral Yorn. We'll also want a couple for Hellebron, but she's a little bit distant right now, so we're not going to bother with that. And she has another point. We should get one, but you know what, we're not fighting right now. I'm going to pick the point a little bit later. We also did the other name of power. Yes, Malekith still doesn't have any names of power, although maybe we'll give that a check as well. Quran, you're at rank 10. Swell. Choose name of power. Let's see what you've got. Corrosive Enchantment and Blessed Steel. So, Poison Blade gives you 12 melee attack. Damn. Makes you hit even harder, as well as poison attacks, although I don't see what... Ammunition. I guess this is, since this can be acquired on Lords, the ammunition would be useful there. And Head Reaper, 20% weapon strength and magical attacks. Ooh, the magical attacks alone are actually pretty valuable. I think, despite the fact that I like the poison attacks and the melee attack buff, we're gonna go with Head Reaper. Plus, that seems like something Malekith's commander of the Blackguard might want. Anyway, I'm gonna give this a read. A new blacksmith's forge set up on your land has been ransacked and looted by a gang of peripheral outlaws. After catching and brutally executing the perpetrators, the priest who owns the smith offers you a blessed weapon as a token of his thanks. Which dark blessing would suit you best? I am tempted by the poison because we don't have easy access to poison in Malekith's army in particular, but on a single unit. Also, I guess the question here really is, what would be easier to acquire via other means? We can get poison via weapons, but we can also get magical attacks via weapons. But honestly, I'd really rather have Sundered Armor. If we can get an Executioner's Blade to Kuran, I'd rather prefer Sundered Armor over Poison anyway, so I think that means we're going to go with Blessed Steel for the magical attacks. Plus, if he encounters ethereal units, we could help with that. Even though I do think the 12 melee attack is probably going to be more useful than the weapon strength, nonetheless. Blessed Steel for you, Kuran. And a Head Reaper does make sense. Oh, considering his name is Kuran Darkhand, it doesn't override it by calling him Head Reaper, but I guess it doesn't matter all that much. Next up, Admiral Yorn. What I want you to do is move in such a way that you're close to Slaver's Point. If these guys want to sally out and attack you, that's fine. We're not going to blockade. We just want the Black Ark support in range of both Black Creek Spire and in range of the Black Fortress. Yes, forests, rather. Alright, then we're going to put you back into Dread Expansion. We're going to get Koran Banir in here after, and we're not going to bother with any recruits because we can have Morancy transfer them. Do we want to maybe give you some points and maybe even some items? Inspiring Presence might be worth our time. Maybe we just start moving through Linebreaker and Sheaf Master. I mean, we're going to have them anyway. I've been kind of saving up points in the hopes of just getting Ship's Navigator and then going through all the good stuff, but you know what? A Linebreaker is pretty useful. Let's get Linebreaker. Dread Spears, Bleak Swords, Black Arc Corsairs, and Dark Shards. I love it when a unit double dips into multiple abilities. And then Admiral Yorn, do we have any basic items that we can give you? We're not giving you the Arnsapal's Black Horror because I'm disinclined to lose it. Talisman of Protection might actually be better off on one of our masters, which are constantly fighting. I have 2 gold sigil swords. Let's see what else we have here. Cloak of Hag Grief. Probably would be best on our Death Hag because of the extra missile resistance, and frankly, the missile resistance would be really helpful for there, so yeah. You know what, let's give you an Enchanted Shield for now. I might actually take these off later, but we'll deal with it after. Oh, Obsidian Trinket. We should probably give you to our Mage, who is constantly miscasting. Let's give you the Gold Sigil Sword for now as well. I honestly kind of doubt that they're going to sally out to attack you, but who knows. Also, what about a regular ancillaries? You can have an Evil Choir Master, but it'll basically never be of any use. Income from all buildings, local region, also kind of never going to be of any use. In fact, the only one who would be able to get a use out of it would be you, because you're currently in this area. Oh, and in fact, I just want to double check. Do Dark Elf Lords have anything that actually buffs up their provinces in terms of money making? As in, is there any way to make a Dark Elf Lord that's an administrator? I do wish that the Kislevite administration system, or whatever it's called, for the Kislev factions would be, or the Boris Ursus faction would be ported. I guess it's all the Kislev factions? Would be ported to other factions with swell. I guess it's an aristocratic name of power that we want. Influences the province, yeah. So, if you ever level up to 10, we'll give that a try, but Malekith now allows us to recruit lords at rank 5, and I believe with a little bit of research we'll get it up to rank 7, and I think maybe either with a right or with a glory to Malekith we can get it even further. In fact, speaking of, we're at 161 Witch King's Authority, getting close to another confederation or subjugation, but I think it's a little bit too early to pop that at the current time, mostly because I think that, oh yeah, there we go, nobility. And this is permanent. So we would be able to immediately start recruiting rank 7. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Do we want to waste 100 on it right now, though? I'm tempted to pop one of these temporary ones. Campaign movement range is always very nice as we waste less time. Ooh, you know what? Maybe we do this. I guess maybe not immediately, but start of next turn, because nobody can move right now, right? Malekith cannot, Ava can move, but she's not going to. Nightshade, I guess, can move, but that's not super relevant. Sagalis, you do not need to move either, so yeah. And that kind of decides the matter. Now, we do have money to spend, and there's some important stuff that we gotta spend it on. First of all, Slave Drive here in the Black Flood to get that construction cost reduction, and then we want you, Mines of Hag Grief, and we want you, a Gate to the Underworld Sea. We could rush this. It doesn't actually do all that much for us at the current time, but I really do want this here because the 30% recruitment bonus reduction cost for Black Ark Corsairs on top of the reduction that we get out of Absolute would make Black Ark Corsairs very cheap here, and we could recruit them, well, if not for free, at least for not a lot. Tempted to rush this place. The Mines of Hag Grief. It's a lot of extra money. One turn we can wait for. It's a lot of slaves, though, but nah, just do it. There we go. Alrighty. We'll keep the rest because we'll probably need it for commandments. I'll also take a look at commandments in a second. We also have other stuff that we would like to upgrade, but unfortunately we don't have a lot of money for it at the current time. That was all very, very expensive. And damn, I wanted to upgrade one of these, but I guess we'll have to wait until next turn. Hopefully we have something else that we can sack. Okay, well, if we can't spend money there, one last thing to do before we end the turn. And that is to double-check the commandments, because I think we want demand highborn hostages everywhere except to the Road of Skulls, because it's making a lot of money for us right now. Well, a lot is, you know. Well, actually, the same thing is actually true of Spiteful Peaks, but yeah, you really need demand highborn hostage. You're at +9 only, despite the fact that we have the buff up. We're gonna need to swap the open markets out to a public order thing. Now, what the heck is causing so much problems here? Collected income, confederation. Oh, it's the slave pens. Yeah, we're building the torture posts after this, so that makes sense. I just need to make sure that we counteract it with the appropriate diktat. Guild halls could be built here, but I think we're going to save money for territory upgrades next. And I guess we're going to keep Reed Dark Portents here. You know what? Go demand highborn hostages anyway. We can't do anything here because we can't own the Temple of Cain as yet. Ooh, we can do it here though. Demand highborn hostages. Next up, Broken Lands. We can't do that here until we reclaim Slaver's Point, but that'll be a turn or so. Reed Dark Portents swap out to highborn hostages, and you're already on highborn hostages, and I believe we don't own the other provinces, so we're fine. Blacklight Tower, we are not going to repair you yet. Once again, just like we didn't repair or do anything with Slaver's Point. Now we can skip the rest, and assuming that there's no diplomacy, and I don't believe that there is. Ooh, I did see quests, though. What do we have here? Maddie Sharp. Oh, well. We have that target, and Maddie Sharp as well. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Wulfric the Wanderer. Oh, okay, no, he's at the edge of Norsk. I thought it zoomed to the middle of the ocean, and I got concerned. Maddie Sharp, accept. Alright, well, we don't actually care about the mission for Malice because we have full allegiance with him, but it isn't all that useful for us right now, is it? We could actually take one of his armies, but I'm not sure what we could possibly do with it at the current time, especially as it's not a full stack. Can you borrow Black Arcs? No, you cannot borrow Black Arcs, damn. That would have been a little bit more useful. Malice has lost a little bit of territory to Wulfric, but we're going to let him keep fighting. We're going to subjugate him eventually. It's not something I'm in a hurry to do at the current time. Anyway, now we can end the turn. Let's see if Maddie Sharp decides to sally out and attack Admiral Yorn, but I'm pretty sure he can take them in combat. Nope, she's going to go for Shrine of Ladriel, but that's why we left it at level 1. I'm not going to bother fighting this one because they don't have those deck gunners anymore, so there's nothing that we really, really strongly need to destroy. I'll let them have it, because we're coming up here anyway, and there's nothing they can do about it. The Decadent Host has attacked Hag Grief. Ooh, well, that's interesting. Alright, enter war inside of Ally. It looks like we're going to be fighting Chaos a little bit sooner than I thought. Okay. Oh man, Malice, you're not in great shape, buddy. Furion is back up and running. Swell, I probably should have summoned another lord for Crone Hellebron to destroy. Then what we want to do is Glory to Malekith, not Witch King. Wait, yes, Witch King. Campaign movement range +25. Sacrifice. Alright, Swell, crack the whips. Then we will hopefully... I guess it doesn't take effect this turn, because it doesn't seem like Crone Hellebron can move any further than she was moving before, but oh well. Our Confederation debuff is still up, but it's not horrible. And it's only for 2 more turns. We could pop the Public Order diktats in a few places, but I'll think about it. You stay around here, Nightshade. Crone Hellebron's gonna move down to Storag Core. Oh, wait, actually, that means you can go here. And then join that army. Though I will keep an eye on another Beast Sorceress for that particular purpose. Okay, and ooh, we will also want to build a Temple of Cain here, 900, We'll see if we can do that right now. For now, though, Malekith, you are going to head up to the Monoliths until we can hopefully trap Maddie Sharp. Like so. And we're going to auto-resolve you. And, ooh, that did a little bit of damage to us. Nothing crazy, though. Scarecrow Banner, don't particularly care, at least not for this army. We're going to sack the place, because it's tier 1, so why not? And can you reclaim it immediately? Yes, you can. Fantastic. Occupy. Alrighty, and we're continuing not to bother repairing these. Then what we're going to do is this. Corin Bonnier, you're going to join Admiral Yorn. Like so. Admiral Yorn, you are going to strike at Slaver's Point, but not yet. Maintain blockade. We're going to move Morancy, who is going to go out here in March stance, because we can't keep her out here or else these guys will kill her. So in that light, you can go right there. Close to it. And then we're going to have you attack. And with the help, which should make the auto-resolve easy. Nice, we're not going to sack, we're going to occupy and reclaim it. And a Wand of Jet from Morancy. Well, Morancy herself doesn't... Ooh, Glittering Scales, though. Morancy herself might not need it, but that's relatively useful for others. Let's see. Then, you are going to transfer to Admiral Yorn, 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers, and ooh... We might want to take we transfer the Black Ark Corsairs as well. I guess you can have one of the, I don't know, Dread Spears. I like so. Or we could take 2 and then, I was just thinking about summoning the Ice Blades, but just do it like that for now. And, okay, you can move out to sea. Perfect. This way these guys can't reach you. Okay. I thought that she couldn't, and we're going to transfer the Reaper Bolt Throwers to Malekith when he heads up to the Shrine of Ladriel, or when he goes down here. Oh, hello, Silostra. At least we know where you are now, and we've reclaimed most of the territory. Then I guess she's going to attack the Black Fortress, but it's, once again, not a huge deal for us at the current time. So, well, alrighty, what do we have here? Harganath, we can get to the next level of the temple, so we should start building that up immediately. We do have other guild halls that we can upgrade, which we should probably do, but I want to double-check you, Grand. Wait. Do we have the appropriate diktat? Yes, indeed we do. I wanted to upgrade one of these locations. Ooh, expensive though. Expensive. And then Temple of Cain here. Okay, in fact, you know what? Let's systematically check things, because I'm not sure where, other than the Road of Skulls, we need to upgrade stuff. Okay, well, you're very cheap, crafting district. We just need crafting districts everywhere. Might as well upgrade Slaver's Point now. I don't think it's possible for them to take it anymore. So we can start investing at Kragroth Deep, 1300, It's not that expensive, just do it. And the Altar of Ultimate Darkness, Dagrak's End. You are far from everything, so we are free to build the Artisan's House here. Now, we do have to remember that we are at war with the Decadent Host, which means they could come out and attack us, so we're going to need to march on up there. I also see that these guys have not sieged Cleric Spire yet. I'm really going to need them to take care of it. Also, as somebody pointed out, we could try to trade Dracula Spire back to the Ancestral Throng because it's their capital, but let's see, Dracula Spire. Yeah, it's only for 27. It's not, unfortunately, it's not that worth it. The Temple of Cain is at 120. I don't know why these guys love the Temple of Cain so much, but apparently they do. We're gonna have to try to figure out some way to get it from them, because damn. I don't even know how we could possibly do that. Maybe if we upgrade the Witchwood to, like, tier 5 and give it to them? And they might be willing to trade it, maybe. But 120 is difficult to overcome. Anyway, I believe that's it, so let's skip and go to the next... Oh, commandment. Oh, right, this place. Demand highborn hostages from you as well. Man, this province is much more militarized than I was originally planning it to be, but you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe we use the Broken Lands as our military province. Essentially, if we're going to set sail from here and attack Ulthuan and attack Norska and attack Chaos and the Chaos Wastes and everything, this might be the best location to have a bunch of military buildings. And it's only a 3-settlement province, so it will never make as much money. Although that said, it does have 2 ports, which do make money. I'll think about it. I'm just thinking it's not a bad place to have a military province, as it is the closest. Anyway, with that, we end the turn. Let's see what these guys do and whether they attack Admiral Yorn here. You're not going to be able to help out Morancy. Maybe what I should have done is actually, temporarily, for 1 turn, do this. 4 Dark Shards should be sufficient, and we need enough of a melee line to hold back all those monstrous units. Let's do that. Well, let's see if they attack this. I would really love it if they did. And where are you, Drowned? What are you gonna do? You are indeed going to attack. Okay, well, good luck to you. Probably should have put the Admiral into Dread Expansion while we were in the settlement, but I don't see too much of a problem with this. The lack of magic is going to be the biggest issue, as we have we're gonna have a difficult time killing the Damned Paladin and killing off the Sirens, but that said, they're not unbreakable, so once everybody else dies, they will follow suit. Here we go. Druki indeed, Druki indeed. When you have no speech, just yell Druki and everything's just fine. Oh, I love the lighting in this map. This is gorgeous. Look at that. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Anyway, as I was starting to say, here we go. Certainly, I do believe we have the advantage here, but we still cannot take the battle lightly. 5 enemy units of animated hulks, depending on how the enemy actually uses them, are still going to be very threatening. On top of that, there's the Sirens, who are going to be very difficult to destroy, and Robert Bartholomew, the Fallen Paladin, or the Ghost Paladin, whatever they're called. Something Paladin, who is also going to be extremely difficult to both hold down, Damned Paladin, and to kill as well. But we have finally acquired artillery. So far, man, we're so many episodes in, well, not that many to be perfectly honest, but still, usually I would get artillery a little bit earlier for the Dark Elves than I have done in this particular case, but we have them. There we go, the Reaper Bolt Throwers. Frankly, they're not super necessary, but it's nice to have them in the early game. Let's hear them fire a little bit. One thing that is nice about the bolt throwers is that their fire rate is extremely quick, so even if they miss a lot of shots, they will also hit a lot of shots. And man, look at that pop-in distance with the textures. That's not my graphic settings, that's just generally a Warhammer. I do really wish that for whatever updates, graphics updates, game updates that they do in the future, they allow us to control the texture pop and just render as far as you want, especially for people with, well, not me, but people with better computers must get really frustrated at the fact that you can't see that very far. At the very least, allow us to control the distance. Anyway, we're going to start off the battle by getting that, I believe, Kane's Cauldron coming down, or at the very least one of the Black Ark support things, on a little unit of Bleak Swords that is from the garrison that just moved in. Otherwise, it's just bombard the enemy with our Reaper Bolt Throwers, who are doing an okay job at least damaging one of the units of animated hulks, if nothing else. They slightly hurt Robert Bartholomew as well, but otherwise not all that much. Anyway, here we go. The battle lines are getting close to connecting, and the enemy will soon be in range of our Dark Shards. That one looks like the enemy is going to be casting a little bit on us, but I hope it's not going to be all that much. More Black Ark support, Urnon's Thunderbolt, or whatever the Cainite version of Urnon's Thunderbolt is called, coming down, but we all know it's an Urnon's Thunderbolt and a little mini comet of Cassandora as well. Here come the animated hulks, and there are a fair few of them. We're going to send the Dread Spears to be sacrificed, just because, well, they are garrison units and we don't really care about them. We only care about the Black Ark units. Then we have the Vile Net coming in from that from that Black Arc Reaver. Really quite useful, isn't it? As it allows these guys to get hit while we don't have to care about them. And in fact, the ones that got Vile netted are basically destroyed. Just a little bit more, and these ogres will return to the depths. Or pieces of ogres, I should say, because, well, there's a lot of sea creatures that are inside them and whatnot. And not in a good way. Alrighty, keep fighting those animated hulks. Loving the lighting on this one. It's a very nice, once again, change of pace from all those darker maps. Not that I don't enjoy the darker maps as well, mind you. But the lighting here is lovely. Really, for some reason, it reminds me of the Vlad campaign. There was a lot of really nice lighting battles in that one for some reason. Alright, how are we doing? Balance of power still in the enemy's favor, but we got our second set of Kane's Cauldron, or second set of Black Arc support coming in. Unfortunately, Robert Bartholomew is just wreaking havoc in our back lines because we just can't slow him down. On the bright side, though, it looks like our artillery are doing a decent job knocking out this unit of zombie pirate gunnery mobs with the other units, and we're also looping around the enemy a little bit with our Black Arc Corsairs in order to hopefully get that boarding crew. Boarding crew, however, is a hybrid unit and might actually be better in melee than the Black Arc Corsairs with handbows are. Kind of hard to say, but they're both hybrids. It'll be hybrid on hybrid action over there on that side of the map. Otherwise, it looks like our main line is still holding, though it's starting to get a little bit difficult where the sirens, self-healing as they are just not getting brought down due to the lack of magic, as well as the animated hulks here to dish out the damage. But on the bright side, the center is looking a little bit better, as most of the enemy range units at the very least have been heavily damaged or outright destroyed, and it looks like we need to bring one more unit of animated hulks down. The flank, the rightmost flank, is a little bit in trouble, however, as animated hulks are now rampaging towards our back lines. We're going to need another vile net to stop these guys from annoying our range units. On the bright side, with the murderous prowess having popped, we do have the advantage for as long as murderous prowess is up, so we're gonna have to make good use of it. Alright, here come the animated hulks charging into our Reapers, not Reaper bolt throwers, but Dark Shards rather. They get one more volley before the enemy charges, and we can see more of our Black Arc support coming in the background. Now that said, that poor unit of Dark Shards is pretty much done for, but our Dark Elf or Black Arc Reaver is heading towards those animated hulks to net them up again. On the bright side, despite the fact that this unit of Dark Shards is routing, most of the animated hulks are done for. This one is about to go, as it is in critical binding. This one is now netted up, and so we're going to target it as best we can. We're also targeting the enemy lord with all of our range units and all of our artillery pieces right now, and that looks like quite a bit of damage. I don't think you're going to survive the quarrel and bolt rain right here. Look at this, is in slow motion still. That's a lot of blood, and ouch. Okay, well, down goes the Empire Lord, explodes into gobbets of bloody meat by virtue of the sheer amount of firepower there. And it looks like the animated hulks are about to follow suit, as they are in horrible shape as well by virtue of that vile net and getting focused down by our range units. Here comes the Black Arc Reaver to hold them in place for a little bit longer, while both the range units and now the artillery as well hunt them down. With the death of the enemy lord, the enemy leadership is in horrible shape as well now, and we're down to about 20% favor in their favor. And Robert Bartholomew, of course, is still on the field, but it looks like not for much longer, as the chain route arrives and we've reached critical mass in terms of enemy leadership. Fantastic. Alrighty, just got to get those sirens, but it'll be the leadership that does them in at the end of the day, since we do lack that magic damage. But hey, I'll take it. I'll absolutely take it. Everything else is destroyed. Robert Bartholomew fades away, unable to achieve what he wanted and unable to kill our lord, and the battle, just like that, is ours. Fantastic. I still can't wait until we have full Black Arc Corsair army or armies, I should say, for our Black Arcs, but we're getting there, and at least the Black Arcs with all of their extra units got a chance to fight with the Black Ark Reaver and the Black Ark Captain. I don't remember who leads a Black Ark. Got to fight as well. Anyway, there we go. Pyrrhic victory. Certainly we took damage, but we did what we needed to do here, and this army, Maggie's army, is destroyed. Oh wow, we got 2k money out of that. Very nice. And replenishment wouldn't be all that useful by virtue of the fact that it'll only replenish the settlement garrison. We could take the 1600 money to get more buildings up and running, or 354 slaves to make them come in a little bit faster and get those dictats up and running. So 450 slaves are worth 1500 money, right? Because you can sell it off for 1500 money. On the other hand, no, I still think the slaves are the better pick here. Even though we do need tons of money. And just because dictats are so useful. Alright, Silostra is going to attack here. We could destroy this, but honestly, I don't think we're going to waste our time with this. They can kill everything here, but they can't kill the Sirens, and they can't kill Silostra, especially while she's not on her mountain, and honestly, even on the mountain would be very difficult, so we're going to resolve it. That's why we didn't invest in the Black Fortress at all, and she's not even going to occupy, she's going to sack it. Okay, good job to her. With Maddie destroyed, though... Well, let's just see. We have a tiny Isabel the Treacherous, tiny little faction remaining here. Subtle Torture destroyed, Crackerdrack destroyed, Hag Reef mission successful, Ancestral Throng mission successful. Tech Research, hey, more recruitment cost reduction for Black Ark Corsair. So currently, just out of curiosity, they are costing 1125, and that is outside of a settlement like the Hag, wherein we'll be able to recruit them much cheaper. I'm actually surprised that ports don't reduce their recruitment cost even further. Alright, well, let's see. Can we take Shrine of Ladriel without Malekith? I don't think we can. I was just... wait. Wait, 1 second. You land here. A moment. Let me see if I can figure this out. You're gonna land here, and we are then going to give you 2,000 golds for the gold for the ice blades. I still want to give them to Malekith though. All right, let's get the ice blades in here. It'd be unfortunate not to use the regiments of renown. Then we are going to take 2 Reaper Bolt Throwers because we're going to transfer them to Malekith, and everything that isn't a Black Ark Corsair, because this army is... well, this army, the Black Ark will be a Black Ark Corsair army. Take those, temporarily. Morancy can deal with this. Then you're going to attack Lana Thorpe here, at least assuming that we don't have a quest. Lana Thorpe, fantastic. Whoa, what do I see here? Ah, Wolfric. Alright, there's no way that he takes car on car, but, maybe I wasn't seeing things when I saw the map zoom over there. Maybe it was too close to the sea. Or a lovely little coincidence. Damn, Wolfric. Alright, take the quest. As I recall, the defeat rate for him is quite good, but I don't really want to send Malekith all the way up there at the current time. Certainly some thought needs to be done. Anyway, you attack Lana Thorpe right now, please. Cross this little bridge, and what? Reinforcements? Wait, do Black Arks now reinforce across the entire... No. Malekith can... Okay, it's just weird that we're reinforcing here. Okay, whatever. Malekith was in range of the Black Ark for the entire time. Hey, a Trickster Shard. And that was still not giving us anything. We're going to ransom those captives because this is garbage. Although replenishment, it's not something we need here. Ransom captives. Get a little bit of that cash back. Ally mission successful. So, well, you don't need the Trickster Shard either. You can keep the Choir Master, though. And you cannot reach Isabel the Treacherous, but I suppose you don't need to. Hit Shrine of Ladriel. Malekith can reach Silostra, but she's going to run as soon as he does. But at least she won't be able to heal up for the turn. At least not in Camp Sands. Alright, you take Shrine of Ladriel. Occupied. I'd rather you do this. We're still going to march towards Malekith for those ice blades, but that's fine. And you are going to occupy the place. There we go. And we've reclaimed all the territory here that was lost and gained some, which is fantastic. Now I guess... We do have to deal with Wulfric. He does have a Mammoth in there. What's the defenses like in Karant Kar? Oh, they're pretty good. If he tries to attack Karant Kar, he will fail. If he tries to attack Black Creek Spire, however, he might succeed. So here's what we will do. Malekith, you probably will not need the Black Ark support at the current time, so we're going to move you out here, and I hope that that'll be in range of Karant Kar, such that if Wulfric attacks, you will have Black Ark support, and it looks like we will. Fantastic. You're going to go into Dread Expansion, and we have... It's still quite a while until we get to Grand Black Ark. I'm kind of tempted to build up the Sacrificial Pit and the Soul Brazier and whatever to help out a little bit. He does have Siege Attacker, I imagine. Yes, he does. And he does have a Mammoth anyway, so he would be able to attack immediately. I think we'll need to get a Temporary Lord here to prevent the place being destroyed. Do we also want to maybe activate another level for the Sorceresses? Not sure. And also, I guess we're going to go for Lore of the Beasts, because all those infantry, eh? And yeah, it would be nice to have Spirit Leech for Wulfric himself, but he should rout when his army routs. He's not unbreakable. So yeah, Lore of Beasts it is for defending. And we'll go with, I guess, Tough. Although Immune to Psychology might not be too bad here either, but yeah, let's go with you. And we are going to go for Vissen's Wild Form, but max out Flock of Doom, as that's the only thing we'll be using. And I guess Wild Heart as well. Just in case we could get some more units, like the Bolt Fiends, for example, but we could also maybe do without. Hard to say. Either way. Malekith, march on down to Silostra here. Let's not waste your time. And then you can hit Hotek's Column or the Twisted Glade. Next, she'll most likely run to the Twisted Glade, but it won't matter, I think. Oh, we won't have any way to knock those towers down, though, without those artillery pieces, so we could go for Hotek's Column and besiege the Twisted Glade, possibly. Not that it has a crazy amount of defenses or anything like that, but either way, you're going to raid for now. Then... Is that everything? I don't believe it is. Crone Hellebron, you still have to move, and you are moving all the way out here to take Storag Core. I'm really banking on you winning this fight there, Gromby, and he sacked it. I told you to occupy it, not to sack it. Come on. This better not be the AI doing that stupid thing where the AI refuses to actually destroy anything. Like, it refuses to finalize the destruction of any enemy AI. Would be irritating. I also feel like we need to remove these masters from this army, but for now I think we'll get rid of a Dread Spear in favor of the Sorceress. There we go. Now we finally have a mage in this army, though, wow. You don't have a lot of Winds of Magic available to you, Hellebron. Not that you need it for Storag Core, but for Clark Karond, you very well might. This is why we're here. And also, there's a very decent likelihood that the Wood Elves declare war on us as soon as we start sharing a border with them, as the AI does have a tendency to do that, so we'll have to watch out. We also have to remember that Wulfric is coming here, but Siggy is probably also going to be on the way shortly. I think he's currently busy with Malice, but that doesn't mean that that's not going to change shortly. Hopefully Malice can keep him busy, at least for a few turns, rather than us having to divert an army all the way up here. We also have a new tech available. I'd love to get Upgrade 1, but I can't believe it's just called Upgrade 1. But we're gonna have to forego it for now. Let's get instead Ascension through Battle, Leadership 1 in Foreign Territory. It's not much, but for basic units, it's decent. Then we'll go for You know what? No, let's get Continuous Slave Supply for now. And I will also get Bloodthirsty Companions, because I really do like making good use of Harpies. It's just that we don't currently have any of them on the field, so we're not really going to be using them right now. Alright, and ooh. I was hoping to get a couple more Death Hags for Crone Hellebron, but that's not possible right now. Alrighty, well then. I believe everybody's good, so we just have money to spend, and there is a decent amount of it. Fortunately, the Confederation debuff will be gone next turn, so some places will be relatively okay. Grand, you're definitely going to need those torture posts, though. Absolutely. Let's start on that right now, in fact. Torture posts, it's only +2 control, but at the max level it is +8, which should, combining with demand highborn hostages, counteract all the negative public order, I hope. Let's also upgrade that gold mine, and in fact, we'll probably rush the gold mine as well. There we go. we need the money after all. And I'm sure that there is other stuff to build and probably a little bit more admin to do, but... wait. Okay, nothing useful here. Oh, we have another... oh, no, that's the outpost available. Okay, is it time to build that, actually? Oh, look, somebody wants peace. That's not going to happen. We are at 100% allegiance with the Ancestral Throng. That means, okay, next turn we're building the outpost. Although, do we actually have anything that we can recruit from them right now? At least anything useful. Just Quarrelers and Dwarf Warriors, they haven't upgraded their settlements at all yet. Look at Rakdo Gorge and Shrokdak Mount. They're still at tier 1. Could this be because we gave them to them? That's weird. But then he has upgraded the Temple of Cain. We have Miners of Blasting Chargers and Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. Yeah, still nothing all that useful for us as yet. But anyway, we'll get there eventually. Anyway, I'm calling the episode here. Next time, we probably will destroy Siloster's faction as Malekith will move down to the Twisted Glade, and Hotek's column as Crone Hellebron goes through Storag Core into Clark Carond. And hopefully next episode, the entirety of the of Naggaroth will be ours, at the very least with regards to the 6 cities. Then there may be a big battle as Wulfric the Wanderer attacks Karand Kar, so stay tuned for all that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.